This belief around branched-chain amino acids needing to be 30% of the protein because that's what's found in meat and blah, blah, blah. It's wrong. Our microbiome can make branched-chain amino acids. And if we have too much branched-chain amino acids, they actually compete for absorption with tryptophan. They contribute to depression.
Are they pro-inflammatory at that point? Because remember, that's what came out about brown white rice and all that, and all of a sudden it was the blanket statement that they are massively pro-inflammatory, and majority of people who we used to be vegan and raw and all we weren't, that's it.
Yeah.
We're out.
Well, they block serotonin in your brain, actually compete with sugar for absorption, so they contribute to insulin resistance and blood sugar problems, potentially diabetics. They're finding people with insulin-resistant syndromes actually have a microbiome that's capable of generating bulk branched-chain amino acids and filling up the system with branched-chain amino acids. And they actually contribute to the problems associated with depression and diabetes. And then supplementing extra is totally unnecessary to go trying to fill up, snacking on branched-chain amino acids between meals just as a cordial that might have a muscle-sparing effect.
Or during your workout too.
Yeah, it's crazy when you think about it. That was one of the myths. The other big problem with plants as compared to other sources of protein was, then you do a very simple experiment and get a plant protein, put it into your cup, add water, put it on a bench and just see what happens. That blob sits there. It's got like surface tension. The water can't get in. It can't hydrate. That thing can take overnight to basically hydrate. You do the same thing with collagen or whey. It just disappears. So when people are drinking it, it's disappearing. But with plant, there's this blob that's floating around, which is contributing to the bloating and everything else. So what we did, we took that experiment to the next stage. So we went and got all these blobs of water out there. And then what we did is to identify different forms of microbiome, different forms of digestion that could actually, we don't really know what was going to work for our product. So we just did a series of experiments, creating a different profile of microbiome in each one of those blobs until we found a blob that bubbled up, a blob that digested, a blob that broke down easily and got absorbed really quickly.
Different microbiome conditions.
Yeah.
Do you know Jason Haralak?
No.
He's a guy down in Tassie. He's done a lot of the advocation for full microbial panel testing, and Dan Sippel has been on a lot. He's done mine, and we've talked about it a lot on the podcast in terms of just identifying the various species, if they're down or up, whether you can digest proteins or, you have enough to produce these. So how do you do the microbiome test and put protein in it?
Yeah.
Holy shit, these guys, everyone's going, why does Mason have like a plant-based protein mob on the podcast? Is this a sponsorship? Like, no, because these guys are on. Like, this is
I get goosebumps, just as we're listening. So we go and get, for example, you're talking about inflammatory sort of stuff as well. So we go and create a blend of Lactobacillus plantarum, so it's capable of making the anti-inflammatory short-chain fatty acids when it breaks down our protein. We also mixed it with other things like paracasease and that are better at creating the phytase. We can digest our plant material to create more phytase, so the phytase can break down the anti-nutrients that you have when I'm encouraging you to eat more plants in your diet. Not that there's anti-nutrients in the protein, but when we're encouraging you to incorporate that protein as part of a plant-based diet to be healthier, then we know you're going to increase your anti-nutrients, you're going to increase salicylates, oxalates. We wanted a solution for that. So not only are you better when you eat our protein, but you're just better in general and helps you towards transitioning to be healthier.